UFC Nashville just wrapped up. We saw Wonderman robbed, and we saw Black Beast prolong his knockout record. I'm going to recap my bets. I'm going to recap the card. The card, very boring. I'm going to be honest, not very boring. It just, I mean, it delivered what I expected, I would say. Coming into the card, we kind of knew what we were getting, and we just watched it because we're just fans of the sport, I guess. And Dana White, I don't want to get on a Scott tangent. Anyway, although you're just saying that because your bets flopped, bro. People say that shit all the time, bro. The card could be trash, and like I was profitable. I went 6-1 on bets. You might be wondering, how do you bet 4 units, go 6-1, and only return 5.63 units? One of the wagers was completely refunded. We'll get to that when we get to that. Starting off with the Kattar parlay, we lost and won. It's interesting. I had 2 this week. The original was Curtis Moneyline over 1.5 on Njokuani, whatever that nigga name is, and Jake Matthews. Now, I was thinking if the fight gets finished, it's probably Njokuani landing some hard shit, shitty, bang, bang. But it was actually Matthews taking the back. But immediately after the weight miss, I posted new casual parlay, Curtis Moneyline, Matthews plus 7.5, meaning he just needs to win 1 round. He ended up winning the fight, finishing it in the first round. Here it is. This was the slip right here that I posted immediately after the weigh-in. This counts. And I'm counting both. I'm counting the loss too. This counts. This counts. Now, Chris Curtis, I ain't gonna lie, it was dicey. Chris Curtis looked slow as fuck at 170. Very, very slow. Did not look as good. I thought he was gonna come in here and damn near finish Max Payne and really hurt him. You know, really land nasty combinations, which he was landing nice uppercuts to the body, hurting Max with the body shots, really getting big reactions out of him, walking him down the whole fight. But it was competitive. It was very, very competitive. He was slow and overextending and just missing big a lot. And Jake Matthews smoked. Shitty bang bang. I ain't gonna lie, he smoked. Should win. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I'm gonna pat myself on the back because I caught this. I thought it would go over 1.5, and I thought it was round 1 KO or bust for Steve Garcia. So the should win was Eduardo Moura over the 42-year-old who didn't stand a chance. He got dicey in the 3rd round. Bro, the future does not look bright for Eduardo, I'm going to be honest. But the over 1.5 hits with flying colors goes to a full decision. Profitable bets. It's nothing but wins from now on. Here is where we see that refund. I'll start here. Steve Garcia had round 1 only. If any other result, no action, which means if the fight goes past the 1st round, I get a full refund. No matter if Steve wins or loses. The only way that bet would have lost is if Calvin Kattar finished Steve Garcia in the 1st round, and we knew that wasn't going to happen. So we get a full refund. I was very confident in that. Either he was going to hit or I was going to get a refund. I was more than likely expecting a refund, but I just wanted to cover my ass just in case that over 1.5 was a bad read. It wasn't. Tokkos, I'm going to pat myself on the back as well. Smoked Tafa like I expected him to. Smoked him. Put him on his back. He couldn't move. He got up early in the 1st round and made it interesting. He was able to explode up. 2nd round, hurt Tuco. Tuco grabbed a single leg, scrambled, ended up on top, mounted him. I said, not only is Tokkos going to get his first win in the UFC, he's going to get a finish. Exactly what he did. And the Wonder Man, he was robbed. We'll talk about it in the fight. He was absolutely fucking robbed. I think we all can agree it was 1-1 going into that 3rd. Stephen Wonder Boy Thompson outstruck him 32 strikes to 22. He got taken down twice, popped right back up, and Gabriel Bonfim did nothing meaningful but hold him against the cage. Didn't even land knee stomps, none of the sort. Just holding him, literally just resting. He did nothing at all. Stephen Wonderboy in that 3rd round landed a nasty head kick. When Gabriel Bonfim tried to shoot for a leg, he was landing clean strikes, more impactful strikes. He had more fight-ending sequences in that round. And the fact that he didn't get his hands raised, I feel bad for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, but the bet still hit. And then we had under 1.5 on Derek Lewis. He smoked Teixeira. And we had Morgan Charriere money line. It got dicey as well with him. He bit down on the mouthpiece in the 3rd round and just started letting his hands go. But in that fight, even though I think he won the 1st round, I think he dropped the 2nd one. And I think he was looking the same that he looked in a Nathaniel Wood fight. He didn't really change much. He was very, very patient to the 3rd round where he just said, fuck it. But in round 1 and 2, he was very, very patient. And he was missing big on his counter. He was trying to pull counter. He was trying to slip and rip. And it just didn't look good. So I don't know how confident I am betting on Morgan Charriere, Chris Curtis, and Eduardo Moura going on in the future, but at least they were profitable for me tonight. Now let's get into the card. I didn't go live for this card because I just knew the energy wouldn't be there. It just wasn't a good card on paper, and it kind of delivered that as well. It wasn't really a good card in real life after it fully played out, and I don't want to just go live for the sake of going live. So I didn't go live. It's all good. I'm going to be at the fights next week, so I won't be going live either. But I'm going to have some fun, enjoy myself, watch my favorite fighter retire. Now, let's get into the main event. I'm going to start from the main event, work my way to the early fights. Derek Lewis smokes Teixeira. Gets hit with a knuckle in the eye. He said it was gamesmanship, but he got hit with a knuckle in the eye. Probably didn't fuck with him that bad, but The fact that Derek Lewis, he really just swung. He was just swinging. It wasn't really a technical shot. He was just swinging, and I didn't expect him to be able to land on Taliesin like that. Like I said Taliesin gets hit. But I thought it would be Taliesin getting hit in the pocket, trying to bulldoze Derek Lewis. No, Derek Lewis was kind of at range, extended the left hand, clipped him on the chin, and that was all she wrote. Good stoppage, because Taliesin Teixeira, not only was he wobbled, was he hurt. Derek Lewis, full body weight was on top of him. He used the cage to pull himself up. You can't do that. Even though he looked okay by the time he turned around and was ready to get back in the fight, you can't do that. You got to work your way up the real way. And Derek Lewis probably would have put him flat out. So I'm not upset with that stoppage at all. Wonderman, absolutely, this is a fucking robbery. I saw people commentate and say it wasn't a highway robbery. I saw a few people on Twitter. Sadly, Gabriel Bonfim won that. You're thinking of the old way in MMA. This is a damage-based game. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson beat Gabriel Bonfim. He just did. Gabriel Bonfim didn't land anything of significance in the third round. I'm not going to say Wonderboy just put an absolute beating on him, but he was working. He was landing more strikes. He landed a nasty head kick when Gabriel tried to shoot in the third round. Second round hurt Gabriel Bonfim at late. Hurt him bad. No, man, this is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. And I hate when fighters get robbed like this because it's hard. It makes the UFC look bad, and it makes the people who say, man, they're just, if it's a close fight, just know it's going to this guy because it's better for business. It's hard for me to just ignore that because they sound correct when they say shit like that. Like, this was a hand-wrapped present for Gabriel Bonfim, and now you just made Gabriel Bonfim, when you thought that you made him, you helped him and bettered him, no, you actually just made things worse for him because now he's going to be hated and he's going to be looked down upon. He's going to get that treatment. He just is. Mario Batista was able to redeem himself against Patchy Mix, but Mario Batista got that treatment. He's going to get that treatment, and I bet you a lot of people are going to be picking against Gabriel Bonfim in his next fight because of this performance. That's how you make some money on Gabriel Bonfim, ladies and gentlemen, because he is a good fighter. But, I mean, trying to go tit for tat, technical on the feet, I said that in the breakdown. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. And I said if he's gonna beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, which he didn't. When I said he's gonna have to beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson by just going back to his old ways, being very, very physical and just trying to dominate and trying to drag him to the ground. He did it in the third round and he was just unsuccessful. And it looked bad. It almost looked better for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. It did. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson made Gabriel Bonfim's wrestling look kind of average. Made his jiu-jitsu look kind of average. For a guy who has 13, 14 submissions. That's all I'm saying. Moving on, Calvin Kattar, Steve Garcia, this was a whole bunch of nothing. Steve Garcia piecing up Calvin Kattar while Calvin Kattar was very patient, not trying to overextend, even though he overextended over and over and over every time he went. Steve Garcia never really made him pay for it. Crazy farmer's tan for Steve Garcia. Crazy farmer's tan. But, yeah, man, Calvin Kattar just looked old. He looked slow. His jab wasn't on fire. His tools weren't on fire. He was overextending with his right hand. Overextending with his overhand. Just missing badly. And Steve Garcia just isn't the most technical, make you miss guy, but Calvin Kattar was missing all night. He threw 123 strikes, landed 26 of them. I think he landed 1 or 2 strikes in the first round. 8 strikes. But up until a minute left, he had 2 strikes landed. Yeah, absolutely dominated. It's good to see Steve Garcia go a full decision, even though Calvin Kattar, he didn't fight. He didn't really fight. But it's good to see him be able to go 15 minutes and not just gas out. Now I want to see his opponent, try to put something on his ass, which he didn't, but he threw 250 strikes. He was high output. He was working. He was moving, constantly dipping, and walking Calvin Kattar down. I'm not going to say I'm unimpressed because that would be lying. I'm impressed. Steve Garcia, welcome to the top 15. I want to see what you can do. I kind of spoke on this with the best. Nate Landwehr and Morgan Charriere. It was getting dicey. Nate was starting to oar farm in the second round, starting to take over in the second round. Morgan looked like the same Morgan in the Nathaniel Wood fight. Patient. Sitting still, trying to pull counter, trying to slip and rip, and just missing badly. Even though Nate Landwehr was kind of missing, I think this is cap. Man, Nate Landwehr was hitting a whole bunch of air in that round. And then they showed the stats that he was up 30 strikes to 8 or some shit. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Wait a second. A lot of these 6-punch combinations, he's landed 1. But Morgan Charriere, literally in the third round, just says, fuck it. Let's go get this fucking guy. And it's glad to see him be able to do that. But even the finishing sequence was like, okay, let's actually land the finishing punch now. Let's not miss 3 overhands over and over and over again. 3 big meaty hooks, 5 big meaty hooks until we land a 6 because Nate just out of it. I don't know, man. I don't think the future's that bright for Morgan Charriere. I'm going to be honest. Moving on, Vitor Petrino, Austin Lane. I didn't learn what I wanted to learn. I wanted to see Vitor on a stand-up. I wanted to see how fast he could be on a stand-up. I wanted to see what his chin hold up. I wanted to see, because he was kind of slow at 205. And he put up on that all that muscle mass. I'm like, damn, he's probably going to be even slower at heavyweight. Austin Lane just fumbles fights. He just gets finished. Can he please get a Hamdi before you cut him? Can he please get a Muhammad Usman? Can he get a Jamal Pogues? Like, this shit is crazy. Probably going to feed this guy to Kenny Nzechukwu now to rebound him off a loss. Like, come on, man. Look out for me. For real. This shit is crazy. I mean, ain't much to really Vitor Petrino. Catches the Austin Lane kick, sweeps him, gets on top, mounts him, and that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Come on now. I told you dumbasses. I ain't gonna try to call you dumbasses. But I told you. Tafa not that. And he don't hit that hard. He ain't that technical. He ain't Zhang Ming Yang on the feet. Even if he was a heavyweight, I don't give a fuck. He ain't Navajo Sterling on the feet. I don't give a fuck. And he can't wrestle. Tafa gang can't wrestle. I put this guy on his fucking back, treated him like a pancake, put some butter on him, flipped him over, and submitted him. Tokkos, welcome to the UFC. Congratulations on your first win in the UFC, George. Congratulations. Congratulations. Not only was it your first win, it was your first finish. Great job. With that being said, best I could do for you, kid. I don't know. Somebody in Apex that'll chin him. Move it off. We got Max, Payne, Griffin, Chris Curtis. It got dicey. Max won the first round, was looking way faster than Chris. And I'm like, oh, shit. Now Max was visibly slowing down, so I kind of felt, okay, if Chris just keeps that pressure, eventually he'll probably just win on sheer volume. He'll throw enough strikes to where he wins, I guess. Max Griffin clearly won the first round, landing nice kicks, moving a lot on his bike, frustrating Chris a little bit. We saw him complaining earlier. I'm like, oh, shit, my bet's cooked. Second round, he starts to get in Max Griffin's face a little bit. Max is starting to slow down. Third round, Max slows down even more. Chris didn't really look great. Not to me. He looked really, really slow. Really, really slow. Yeah, good body shots. He looked very stationary. He looked very hittable. If he had another formidable opponent in there. He made Max look like a Speedy Gonzalez at times. That's not okay. That's just not okay. Moving on. Jake Matthews. Another quick fight. Not really much to talk about. I can't even remember the sequence. In the clinch, Jake goes foot sweep, jumps the back. Cheaty's trying to fight the body lock, almost breaks it. It was too much. He had to tap. Very, very frustrated. Very, very frustrating. And the fact that he missed weight. He's struggling to hit this weight. He's so fucking big. But he's not that good at 185. He just loses. All he does is lose at 185. He's in a tough position. He's old. The weight cut's hard. He just lost. Jake Matthews on the rise. Title run coming, my Jake Bloody Matthews, Mike. But I'm interested to see this guy fight some more people. Once again, another fighter where my questions weren't answered enough. I want to see Cheaty look good early with those front kicks, with those body kicks. You know, Jack stepped in through the kicking range, landed a nice uppercut in close. I'm like, okay, we're gonna see. I want to see, because I think Cheaty and Njokuani striking is a step above Phil Rose. His Muay Thai is nasty. Hey, in and out in a minute. You can't really ask for more if you're Jake Matthews. I'm holding against him. Eduardo Moura. She's just not it, ladies and gentlemen. She's just not it. I mean, she's really not it. I don't think the future's that bright. She's too big for the weight class. Her weight cuts are killing her. You know, although her hands are starting to look better in each fight, she's still not accurate with them. She looks fast. But damn, you're way off the target. Lauren Murphy isn't the type of... Lauren Murphy is very, very stationary. And you couldn't hit her. Could not hit this chick. She almost got you in a ghillie. You were slowing down. You were kind of stalling. Trying to buy your time. Just trying to make it to the final bell. It's not a good look. Lauren Murphy clearly lost this fight. And yet she was able to retire with a smile. Because in her head, a young and up-and-coming prospect, she pushed to the brink. And she's not wrong. Shout out to Lucky. Congratulations. I guess. We got to patch this heel hooking shit, man. This shit getting out of control. That shit was gorgeous. And the only reason I'm not calling you a weirdo nerd bitch is because it's working. 3 different variations. 3 different heel hooks. This one was the most brutal one. I thought he broke Kennedy's fucking ankle. The way his shit was bent so fucking bad. He definitely got something strained, something torn. That shit is gross. How do you stop that shit? He hops out Chimaev, tried to, shot from way, way far away, but just continued to go forward. Finally got Kennedy against the fence, grabbed the body lock, and pulled the fucking, like he had no chance to get out of that. As soon as Walter went to his back, it was over. That shit crazy, boy. Now we got Mitch Ramirez and Mike Davis. Dude gassed out. Two gassed out fighters in the second round. At the very beginning of the second round, they looked like they were entering the fifth. It looked like Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier, after 4 rounds of war, was entering the fifth. And they even had more speed, more pop, more cardio. Mike Davis is fucking big, dude. It's a big motherfucker. Although he was tired, he had some nice boxing combinations in there. Obviously, he knocked Mitch Ramirez out, but he had nice uppercuts, nice left hooks. Like, his hands, even though he was really, visibly tired and had slowed down, he was still looking nice and landing with precision. What could this guy be if he really trained and really, really, really went for it? I mean, that's just not what he wants to do, but at least he's open about it. But it's like, man, Mitch Ramirez, buddy, why were you so fucking tired? We called that. We knew you slow down. You slow down, but why the fuck are you so fucking tired? Nigga, he was the one on your back with his body locks draining out his leg. You were chilling. What the fuck are you so tired for? The fuck are you doing? And then this shit, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even really watched this shit. I think I looked up, Fatima Klein landed the head kick. That was all she wrote. Shout out to all y'all. She was minus 1,000. I know y'all. A lot of y'all had her by sub. Y'all pissed. Y'all absolutely pissed. That's all I got for y'all, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody I know they enjoy. It's like you did. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get up out of here, man. Yeet.